What kind of robots Boston Dynamics will create after this sale to Hyundai Motor Group? Elon Musk Starship crashed, Moley Robotics robot chef finally entered the market, and other high-tech news. Hyundai Motor Group bought an 80% stake in Boston Dynamics from the Japanese conglomerate SoftBank. The amount of the deal varies according to different sources. Some say Boston Dynamics is valued at around $1.1 billion, while others say Hyundai paid $921 million. Either way, it's expected to change the course of robotics development. Hyundai says its investment will help develop service and logistics robots, but over time, it hopes to create more humanoid robots to care for the elderly. Other areas of interest for the company include autonomous driving and smart factories. Hyundai has its own robotics division, Hyundai Robotics, which now focuses mainly on industrial robots as well as the development of unusual concepts such as the Elevate walking car, unveiled at CES 2019. Hyundai executives are confident that the robot will account for 20% of its business in the future and plan to invest nearly $1.5 billion in their development by 2025. It is possible that Hyundai intends to use them in its factories. Perhaps one of these robots will be the Handle Boston Dynamics, which, according to company founder Mark Reibert, should become the second commercial robot. The third, by the way, is expected to be commercialized by the Atlas robot. Hyundai became the third owner of Boston Dynamics after Google and SoftBank. What the company plans to do with the world's most famous robot manufacturer, we will know in the near future. Interstellar spacecraft Elon Musk Starship, or rather its prototype SN8, crashed during a flight test landing on December 10th. The prototype, as planned, was able to take off at 12.5 kilometers, but during a vertical landing, it failed to brake in time and crashed, destroying the landing platform. One of Raptor's 3 engines shut down after about 2 minutes of flight, then a second engine shut down about 3 more minutes later, and then a third. Starship went horizontal and began descending. The engines turned back on as it approached the ground to slow the rocket down and bring it to an upright position. However, the landing was hard and ended with an explosion of the prototype. As Musk explained on Twitter, the explosion happened due to low pressure in the fuel tank during the landing, which caused the landing speed to be high. At the same time, he noted that all important data was obtained, acknowledged the test success, and congratulated the entire SpaceX team. The previous Starship prototype was only equipped with one engine and could fly only 150 meters into the air. Several other prototypes had been deliberately destroyed to test the strength of certain engines. The company is now preparing to test SN9 and SN10. Moley Robotics, a British startup with Russian roots, has finally unveiled a commercial version of its robo-cooker. The machine takes food out of the fridge, prepares breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then cleans the kitchen. The cost of the robot is equal to a small yacht or an average house in the UK and is $330,000. The company expects to lower it with the launch of mass production. The system is ceiling-mounted and consists of 2 robotic arms. The latter exactly replicate the anatomy of a human hand, but with the added advantage that the arms rotate 360 degrees. Roboroks are able to work with the usual kitchen equipment. The menu includes 30 unusual dishes from chefs and 5,000 standard options. The kitchen can also keep track of food in the fridge and will be able to work with voice assistants in the future as well. Friends, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It motivates us to create new content, and don't forget to share. Dexai Robotics also introduced a chef robot. The Alfred 2.0 system includes a robot, 2 tooling areas, a bowl feeder arm, and an electronics housing with 2 refrigeration units. The modular robot can retrieve ingredients from the refrigerator or draw from special containers. The biggest advantage of the robot is the ability to change attachments for each type of food. The robot learns from its own mistakes and can take orders from the app. The wear and tear of the equipment is monitored by the software. In the future, Alfred will learn to work with a grill, a fryer, coffee makers, and other standard kitchen appliances. Researchers at the Northwestern University have created a centimeter-long robot composed of 90% water and movement by light and magnetic fields. The robot can move underwater through narrow passageways with complex routes. Researchers say that the robot is capable of lifting and carrying cargo and then dropping it at the right point. Deep Robotics demonstrated in a new video how its 4-legged robot Jueying can track objects and dodge obstacles. The robot's controller consists of 8 deep neural networks responsible for certain skills and a separate neural network that integrates all algorithms to perform complex movements. By the way, this robot was featured on the cover of Science Robotics magazine. Startup Monarch Tractor has unveiled a fully electric autonomous tractor using deep learning, which the company says is already being tested on hundreds of farms. All information about the machine's operation comes to the user's smartphone. The tractor collects and analyzes a lot of data and even gives yield predictions. Monarch costs less than the Spot robot at only $50,000. Russia hosted an international online conference on artificial intelligence, the Artificial Intelligence Journey of 2020. Speakers at the conference included heads of state from Russia and Kazakhstan who acknowledged that artificial intelligence technology has moved from the realm of science fiction to a standard prerequisite for the future development of any country. The delivery robot Rover by Yandex began delivering food from restaurants in some cities near the center district of Moscow. To get a robo delivery, you have to select it on the app, and if there's an order, it will bring it to the door of the customer's building. The customer has to go down to the robot himself, and the robot's container is opened by pressing a button on the app. The Yandex.Rover builds itself a map of the area using LiDAR and plans its route as it goes, but it cannot navigate curbs and stairs at this point. Russian company Gasgar Group introduced a drone port. The roof of the terminal slides sideways, and underneath it there is a takeoff pad for the drone with a mechanism for securing its supports and an availability sensor. Inside of it, there are 2 manipulators. One changes the drone's battery, and the other is responsible for the drone off and on switch with just the push of a button. Before the drone takes off, a built-in weather station detects current flight conditions, and there's a climate control inside the drone port. The roof is able to heat itself, allowing it to melt accumulated ice and snow if necessary. And after landing, the drone can send all collected materials with photos, videos, and other data to cloud storage. Subscribe to the channel, guys. It motivates us to make new and interesting content for you. Hey, and while you're here, give us a like if you liked this video.